I'm about to meet Hannu Huhtamo, a famous Finnish light painter. And while I wait for him, let's look at his Instagram images so you get kind of an idea what kind of images he does or makes. But here are the images from his Instagram. Pretty cool, isn't it? Hi there, my name is Forsgard and I'm a professional photographer from Helsinki, Finland. And before Hannu shows us how he does these images, let's talk to him a bit about his way of photographing. All right, welcome Hannu. You finally found your way here.
Yes, yes.
That's great, and it's a great evening to try some light painting.
Yeah, no rain at all.
It's a bit light. It's a bit light.
Yes.
Right now, but it gets darker.
Yeah.
So my first question is, how long have you been doing this? Because your work is quite remarkable. You don't kind of like learn it in a week.
Yeah, well, not yet. I think my first light painting leads back to the 90s actually.
Okay,
but I wasn't then like a photographer or anything. I just we did this kind of like a band promo pic session where my friend, he has this kind of film camera, and I just draw this kind of pentagram with like a lighter. That's my first experience with light painting.
With the Finnish, typical Finnish way, exactly. Black metal.
The metal scene, yes.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
But but that was some kind of like experience. I think my career as a light painter started for about 12 years ago. Good friend of mine, who is also a light painter and a photographer and also a painter. He did some experiments with the longer exposures and just like simple light drawings, but somehow it felt so magical to see that kind of like images. I haven't seen that kind of stuff. I was totally blown away that how the person in a picture can be seen.
Oh yeah,
that was my first impression. That what the hell is happening here?
Yeah, that is something.
And see all those like multicolored light rails all over the place. It was really nice experience.
Your images when you're doing that light painting are quite complex. The kind of like the what do you call the creature or the form or whatever that's called. Yeah. How much planning do you do before? And do you draw them on a piece of paper, or do you have like a pre-visualizing, or how much it's just at the scene you just do something?
Just like improvising stuff. It depends on the situation quite a lot. Usually I might do some simple sketches on a paper, just like with a pencil. It has to have some kind of idea, of course. Usually I can get those from nature, of course, like all the plants and all the little like details. And I try to like imitate those and maybe transform them to as a light paintings. And just it can be like a really small details also, and just trying to focus on that. But in some cases also it might be just an like improvised form.
Yeah.
Also.
You go to a place and you just improvise. Or what's the word?
Improvise.
You get inspired by the place.
Yeah, that's
that
true.
Could be. You might see something and you want to draw that.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then of course I know that you guys over there, you are interested in what kind of cameras do you use and why?
Well, at the moment I'm using Olympus.
Surprise!
Yes. I have the EM1 Mark III.
Yeah.
That's a really awesome piece of technology.
Yeah. But we have to remember that you don't need that camera to do light painting. You can have a entry-level Olympus camera, like for example, I think EM10 even has.
Yeah, it has the live composite feature. Yes.
Yes, because that
can be used.
I think is the essential thing, is the live composite.
And the kit lenses, everything.
Yeah, so it
can be used.
That's why what I like about it is that you don't need really expensive gear, and you can start with your entry-level camera and a small flashlight, and
that's about
rest is about your ability to do it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because it's not easy.
And then you can go all the way to the cheapest options, of course, if you have a cell phone.
Yeah.
They have this kind of apps these days that like imitate long exposure time.
Okay. Yeah.
So you can start with that and then buy your first DSLR, for example.
Yeah.
So it's
we'll talk later about some tips how to start and what to do, the first thing to do. And what about the other equipment that you need? Some kind of a flashlight? Then I know that you can buy all kinds of fancy stuff but of course that's expensive. But you can probably do them at home too.
Yeah, exactly. When I started, well, 12 years ago or 10 years ago, there wasn't any like web shops that you can buy that kind of stuff, like tools for light painting, for example. You had to do them all by yourself, and that I think that's still the like the most magical part in it.
Oh, yeah.
That you do your own equipment, or maybe you can mod some flashlights for example, to suit your purposes. You can start with a couple of euros LED lights, and you can put some colored filters in front of them. Maybe use some kids' light toys, whatever that like emits light.
Yeah, usually you might find those different kinds of light swords and stuff like that in amusement parks.
Yeah,
I know that
exactly.
like they have this light festival in Linnanmäki here in Helsinki. You can buy all kinds of blinky lights, and that you could probably start with that too.
Exactly. In the very first years, I had this lightsaber tool myself, and I used that quite a lot. Actually, it was really
probably
useful.
Yeah. Why don't we take a look at your stuff? What you have there?
My secret black box. Yes, so first of all, about those do-it-yourself instruments that I have. Well, probably this kind of stuff, just like this kind of rubberish, I don't know what they call this. Then I connected some optical fiber on it, and it's placed here, and then you can put your flashlight into this rubber adapter.
Okay, and then
you have a light pen.
All right.
You can
adjust
the brightness also if you want.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
So that easy it is. And doesn't
for
cost
example,
a lot of money.
No.
You don't have to sell your kidney for that tool.
Yeah, no. For example, this is really basic light painting tool. Well, I think this kind of a flashlight maybe costs a couple of euros. And then this kind of a Christmas decoration ball, I don't know, maybe snowball. And I just put it in front of this flashlight, and there you go. You have this kind of a light painting tool that you can use for different kinds of purposes.
And then you have some more professional tools, or let's say expensive. Everything is of course professional.
Well, it's a bit more expensive and a bit more fancier too. So I use this Spanish light painting tool web shop called Light Painting Paradise, and I use some of their stuff too, like for example this kind of a plexi tool that you can put your flashlight in, and you can get the light out of the other end, like this.
Yeah.
And then I use this kind of a light pen. You can adjust also the color.
So it's kind of like an RGB pen?
Yes, RGB light pen.
Cool.
It's really useful. I use it quite a lot for this kind of more detailed drawings. And what do we have here? Well, lots of different kinds of flashlights, of course.
Is there any requirements for a flashlight? What's the if someone is buying, what's the thing to look for?
Well, you can start with the cheapest ones, but I tend to use really high-powered models, like maybe 2000 lumens or above that.
Okay.
Because some of my light tools, they require quite a lot of light power. For example, this optical wire that you can connect to this adapter, and then you have this flashlight. So it's quite dim other way, so you have to have quite powerful flashlight to use it. So it's simple as this, but really useful tool.
So what is the main thing when you're finding a spot? You want some of these what do you call a open space, or do you like tight space?
Well, it has to be a bit open.
Okay.
If there's too much, like trees and grass all over the place, it tends to get a bit too messy.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
Then I have to watch out all the.
Yeah, if you have some things in the front and they catch light, it's most likely gone.
You can use it for the photograph also.
Of course, yes.
But it can be too messy for the outcome.
That's true. And it's probably a bit too light.
Well, It is actually.
Yeah, this
So
is
we have to wait.
this is the Finnish weather. In the winter, it would be pitch black,
Yeah, exactly.
pitch dark. Now it's kind of like still quite light.
Yeah, so I think we have to wait.
Yeah, we'll wait for a little while. Well, that was interesting to see how you did that.
Yes.
But now it's time for the tips. We've covered, or you have told us a few tips already, but is there anything that, if someone wants to start doing light painting, where to start? What's the first thing to do?
Of course, you have to buy a camera
Yeah.
and all the stands and stuff like that. That's like a basic stuff that you need for taking shots. But you don't have to buy the latest camera model or the latest equipment. You can start light painting with your cell phone, for example. They have lots of these kind of long exposure apps that you can start with, and just a sturdy stand and you're good to go. And some cheapo LED lights for a couple of euros and some plastic filters on it. That's about it. When you start doing it, you can use that kind of stuff, but later on you need to have that DSLR camera or mirrorless, or you want more quality to the shots.
Of course, yes.
And that's where, for example, like Olympus cameras and their live composite feature is really useful tool to do it. And once again, you don't have to buy the most expensive model to get the live composite.
And by the way, I do have some videos about live composite if you want to watch after you watch this. Even though I know how the techniques goes, I still can't figure out how the heck you do that.
All right, yeah. Well, I think lots of my stuff that I do, it's in my like muscle memory or something.
Must be.
Yeah. And when I do those shapes, lots of the time I don't even think about it. I just do it. I have certain idea and I just execute it, and that's about it.
And then I know you want to reveal all the secrets, which is good because you have to have that mystery in that. But I think that covers all that I had to ask you, and thank you so much for showing us your craft. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.
Bye.